It's really hot. It's the 1st of July, and you can tell. I hate drinking coffee out of a sipper cup. I bring it out here in a sipper cup, but I pour it in a little travel mug that I keep in the van. It's not a cup of coffee unless it's in a cup. I guess you could say it's not a cup of coffee unless it's a cup of coffee. I'm into week number 3 here, and this gas tank project has been really trying my patience. But for what I did, for the interior of the tank, I use this product KBS Clean, and you mix that with 1-to-1 ratio with water, hot water, and you put that in the tank. You slush that around every so often, about every 5 to 10 minutes. I would shake it around for up to about an hour, and then I dumped it out and then flushed it with clean water until the water ran clear. After that, I used KBS Rust Blast, and you put that straight into the tank. You don't mix it with anything. No water, straight out the bottle. And again, I shook it around about every 5 minutes for up to another hour, and then dumped that out and flushed it with water until the water ran clean. Again, removed all the sludge, removed all the rust. And the good thing about the Rust Blast is it'll buy you a little extra time, so you don't have to rush to fill the tank with gas. So it kind of coats the inside of the tank and prevents it from flash rusting until you can get gas in it. It's probably good for a good week or two before you really have to worry about it. The outside, I used this paint remover. Worked fairly well. I had to use 2 to 3 coats on some parts of the tank to get all the paint off, and then I brushed some of this Rust Blast product onto the tank, on the rust areas, and it removed a lot of the rust, but I still had to do some sanding with sandpaper to remove all the rust, and then cleaned it up with some rubbing alcohol, get all the oils off of it, and then dried it off with a couple paper towels. Put the fan on it, make sure it was extra dry, and then I primed it yesterday while the humidity was low. Now the next few days, next 5 days, it's going to be 100+ degrees high humidity, which is fine with me because I'm tired of messing with the tank. All I really have to do now is wait for the humidity to come back down a little lower, temperatures go a little bit lower, and then I'll put on 2 to 3 coats of black paint, and then a couple of coats of clear cure, and the tank will be done, thank goodness. Also this week I got my local used tire shop to take off the old tires and put on the new ones. I just need to clean those rims up some. Probably do that today. I got my brake pads in. So for both the front disc brakes and the brake shoes for the rear drum brake. So I'll be changing those to, maybe not today, but this week. And by the end of the week, I'd like to get the wheels on. So to get the wheels on, it means brake pads have to be on front and back. And I have to take the front brake caliper apart, take it apart, clean it out real well, and put it back together, and put new hydraulic, or new brake fluid rather, in the system. Of course, I'll have to clean out the master cylinder as well. So that's what I got going on this week. If I'm lucky, I'll also finally get to take that carburetor off, put new fuel lines on it. After I finish painting my tank and clear coating it, I can put that in, fill it up with fuel. I got the front wheels cleaned up pretty good. Just the first cleaning. They need a little more. And the front brake caliper I've got off. I think it's salvageable. I'll give it a good cleaning and I'll see. I've got the front wheel back on, but the old pads are still on it. So when the correct pads come back in, I should be able to change those fine without taking the wheel off. But I kind of got the wheel cleaned up. It still needs cleaning some more, but I got the front wheel back on. I've changed motor oil, cleaned the filter screen on the motor oil. I've changed the coolant. Had a little trouble in the coolant because I haven't started the motorcycle yet. So when you're filling up, when you're topping off with the coolant, I was trying to top it off right there at the filler neck, and it was leaking out. It was an overflow valve that actually comes from the top of where your thermostat is. So your coolant actually, there's a line here that actually warms your gas. If you're running in very cold weather, it'll keep your gas from freezing up. But there's an overflow valve, overflow line that goes underneath the scooter, and my new coolant I was putting in was leaking on the floor, and I didn't notice it till it was a real big puddle under there, and it had filled up at the neck, which I stopped, and I had already taken fluid out the reserve tank, the overflow tank, but I hadn't put any in yet, so I didn't feel like I was overflowing the system, yet it was overflowing the system. It's probably, I'm guessing, hopefully it's just some air in the lines, and that kind of pushed the fluid out the overflow. But I won't really know until I get this thing started. What I want to get done today, before the end of this day, which will be the end of week 3, is I've got my new brake shoes for the rear brake. I want to put that on, and I also want to put the new drivetrain belt on, new drive belt. I want to put that on. Anything else I do, I will consider a plus today. The brake here on the front, even with the old brake pads working great, there it is spinning with the brake lever released, and now I'm pulling the brake lever and I can't spin it. So that's good. So I bled the air out. Hey, I'm back on wheels. See you next time.